Charlotte, thanks very much indeed. Can't wait for the final.
This one looks a bit darker though, doesn't it? A bit
well, they're getting
scarier.
older, so they've got to get darker, haven't they? They can't be jumping around going, I'm looking for my friends. And they're, how, 10 years in now, I suppose, or something, isn't it?
Is it that long?
Off the top of my head,
Time ago. Wow, yeah.
OK. Charlotte, thanks very much indeed. Louisa, let's take a look at the papers. Stay cool, don't get
I'm
angry.
not going to rant this time. Well, maybe a little bit.
Enjoy yourself, go ahead.
So first of all then, we're looking at the Daily Mail with the headline on the front page, migrants must go private. Now, we're in a tricky situation with the books in this country at the moment, as we all know. And George Osborne has sought the counsel of Jean Chrétien, the previous Prime Minister of Canada. His view was the way I handled the budget, the way I got it from a pretty similar state to where Britain was within 3 years, and then spent the rest of my term in a surplus position, was very much to say no exemptions, no special cases, no nothing. Basically, that's how we get it back to where we need to be. So whilst the whole emphasis originally on the NHS was free healthcare for all, we really are in a position where, OK, where do we draw the line? And this new ruling, which has emerged from yesterday, maybe this is the way we have to go. But how much further can we go? And I'd like to pose the question, should groups such as smokers, those who go out binge drink on a Friday, Saturday night and clog up our casualty wards and units, and those who suffer sustained long-term illness as a result of alcohol abuse, should these groups as well not perhaps have to start paying for their own medical care, or at least making a contribution towards it? Are we going to go this way, do you think?
Is it OK if we binge drink on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night?
No, not really.
I'll have to watch myself.
But
no, you're right. But also, of course, the Prime Minister must bear in mind that Jean Chrétien didn't last too long in office once he managed to get the surplus back.
He was, not very popular. But then, where do we have to draw the line to get the finances back in order? So next, very sad story about the former tennis ace Jennifer Capriati, who has very sadly sustained an overdose. Now, she is actually recovering in hospital, but, with all of the current Murray mania, again, placed on such a young pair of shoulders, it's a salutary lesson to remember that, our tennis stars internationally start at a very young age. I mean, you may remember that Capriati was 14 in 1990 when she made the semi-finals of the French Open. So it's a very long road, and obviously she's been blighted by injury for most of the last decade. And is it any wonder that, perhaps these instances occur? And it's like the young gymnasts and our footballers, for that matter, so much pressure placed on young sports people to perform and succeed, and what happens when it doesn't quite work out?
No, but you're right, you're an international contender in your teens in tennis. It's one of those sports that you can start getting good at quite young.
Quite young. And where do you go when it doesn't quite work out because of injury? So, wishing her a speedy recovery.
As we do Angelina Jolie.
Well, interesting. Angelina has given a very rare interview, apparently quite a frank one, to Vanity Fair. And the Daily Express today are reporting that she is going to quit Hollywood for the sake of her children. Now, two sides to this. What does it say about the working mother debate? Because she's got a lot of help going on behind the scenes. If she can't do it, who can? On the other hand, are perhaps 6 children too much to handle? But then, on the other hand, if she does, good for her, because, quite frankly, a few celebs have done that whole I'm stepping away from the limelight to concentrate on my children, but can't live, not so much without the money, but without the adulation. And actually, really, when we think about it, being a mum is the most important job in the world. And, if she does it, good luck.
Yeah, it's always hard with the celebrity stories, isn't it? We only get the tip of the iceberg
yes.
in terms of what's going on. But we like this one.
Yes.
And we like your pun on it as well.
Stop the deliberate mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, really, seriously. So you've got, it's a classic case of where was the common sense. So you've been sent off to paint a road sign. Do you not think you might bother to make sure it was spelt correctly? The good news is apparently it was corrected without charge to the local council. But you know what, guys? Better luck next time.
There'll always be a little indelible mark of it, though, saying SOTP. What I like about this is the caption in the photograph where a local resident said, my wife saw the sign, thought it didn't look too right, so she drove around again. She didn't get out of her car and walk over and have a check it. She drove around again to
But you would,
to have
wouldn't you,
another
really?
look.
You would.
Very strange. It's not one of those ones that they do backwards or something, is it? So they've got no excuse, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Quick good morning to the happy couple.
Yes. Congratulations, Eamon and Ruth. And You were there.
I was there indeed, yeah. It was a lovely day.
Oh.
Beautiful. And big congratulations to both of them.
Did they look magnificently happy all day?
They did, yeah, they did. They had big smiles on their faces all day, and there was lots of their friends there to help them celebrate, so it was lovely. It was a very special moment, so it's nice to be able to say congratulations.
No. Well, congratulations, Eamon, from all of us. And if you're watching this, shame on you, because you should be making your new wife breakfast. But enjoy your honeymoon.
Who is this Eamon Holmes anyway? The name rings a bell. I'm sure. Congratulations, Eamon. You're watching Sunrise. Coming up next, what a man will do to... OK, time to look at the sport now, and I can't wait to see how things are getting on there at Wimbledon. How are you doing, Jackie?
Oh, it's not good. More from me a bit later on. See you then.
Thanks, Jackie. See you later on. OK, we had some... Louisa telling us that she didn't want any more sports coverage. However, we have got some emails today.
Wow.
And no guessing, no prize for guessing what they're about.
It's the thing it's the thing that everyone's talking about today. And Dave Russ says, I hope the team are embarrassed. Didn't they get paid enough to bother showing any skill? Roy Gray says, can't blame Fabio, as no English player is truly world class. Look at Brazil, Argentina and the like, littered with true talent. Jackie Hutchison says, I'll manage England. As a woman, I would wipe the smiles off their faces. She says, they're overpaid children. I take players from lower divisions. They are hungry and better players. Joanna in Kent's got an idea. She says, pay the players on their results. This would sort them out. They wouldn't be getting too much for this World Cup, would they? Kerry in Scotland says, I'm so fed up hearing about England's World Cup exit. Your team reached the World Cup finals and fans should be proud of that fact. And Isabel Castro, though, says, do people think that the footballer players are not disappointed with themselves? They did all they could, but luck was not on our side.
Oh, well, never mind. There's always...
Next time.
Next time.
4 years'
Well,
time.
Lucy, the rain's hit Wimbledon. Is it going to be all over today? Or
I think there's going to be disruptions through the first part of the day, definitely. They might have to use the new roof for the first time properly for the last 2 years. They didn't barely use it last year. They haven't used it this year yet, other than for lights late in the evening. Poor light.
Well, that might work. I was there on Friday and it was super hot.
Yeah, it was that scorching heat, in fact, really uncomfortable for the players. Today it stays very warm across the south and the southeast, but heavy, possibly thundery downpours, and then drying up for all of us later with some late sunshine.
Thanks very much indeed. Amanda Walker there in Moscow. Charlotte, what's the rest of the day's news?
Thanks very much, Andrew. Well, the news about the England team, and they've arrived back in Heathrow a short time ago after being knocked out of the World Cup by Germany. And Jane Dougal is at Heathrow for us, and we can speak to her now. Jane, what are the plans for the rest of the day then? Where are the team now?